Hello everyone, this is Fazana from Fazana Slow, and in today's video I'll be sharing with you all my tips and tricks related to business law and practice and in the legal practice course. And I know that I have not been uploading from the past 2 weeks. The main reason is because I have been quite sick and I had a really bad cough, and I didn't want to be coughing in my videos for too much because that would distract the whole purpose of the video. So what I'm going to do now is essentially just give you all the tips related to business law and practice. I'm aware that business law and practice is probably one of the hardest modules in the legal practice course, just because it is fully based on content and you need to have a really good exam technique to be able to really succeed it and to be able to pass the exam. So I highly recommend for you to make sure that you follow this video all the way through to be able to make sure that you are going to be passing this exam, and I'm sure it is possible. And I was a really bad student when it came to business law and practice, but I managed to get over almost a distinction. So for this, I'm going to be making sure that I give you all the best tips and tricks, and I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible because afterwards I do have to go somewhere. So let's get started with the tips. So the first things first, I'm going to be starting off giving you 7 tips related to knowledge and understanding business law and practice. So the first tip that I would give you is making sure that you're attempting the mock as much as you can. The reason why I'm telling you this is because the more practice you do that is in the exam condition, the more you're going to be able to make sure that you're getting the best out of it, and you're going to be getting the best feedback as well from the teachers. Because if you don't know where you're going wrong, you can never get a distinction because you will never know what it takes to get one in the first place. So it's very important that you attempt the mock. The second tip that I will give you is making sure that you are brain dumping as much as you can, which means that you are daily let's say if it's related to a certain topic, let's say I don't remember any topic anymore for business law and practice, but whatever topic it is, what you do is pick that and then you write about it as much as you can for 5 to 10 minutes on a piece of paper. And this has really helped me in understanding the topic, because I really have realized where I went wrong and where I'm missing out maybe, or there's a lack of knowledge in certain areas of my understanding and knowledge. So it's very important that you do that, and that would really help you, hopefully. And the reason why I'm looking down is because all my tips are here. Oh, my charger fell off. And the fourth tip that I would give you in terms of business law and practice is making sure that you're asking questions to teachers via email or face-to-face or even during lessons. This is so crucial because there is no better person to ask questions for help other than teachers, because teachers are the ones who are going to be marking your work at the end of the day. So it's very important that you are asking them questions in many different ways, and it's not like there's no email system anymore or there is no booking system anymore, some stuff like that. It's not, everything is not remote anymore and you have to do everything by email, or everything is not offline or online that you can't go and see the teacher. So it's very important that you are utilizing every type of mode of communication with your teachers to be able to really do understand how to really pass this exam. The next tip that I will give you is making sure that you are attending all the workshops as much as you can, because if you do not attend the workshops, then there is a chance that you might not pass, because every time you attend a workshop, you realize that they're teaching you something new and you need to have preparation done as well. So it's very important that you are attending all the workshop as much as you can, because if you don't, then you're going to be confused in the exam when that topic comes and you don't know what to do, because that topic was solely and fully based on one workshop. So it's very important that you are attending one, because at the same time I feel like some people think that they can just ask for notes from other students for the workshops they do not attend, but I don't think that's a good idea at all, because how they take notes is different than how you take notes, and how you learn is very different. So you cannot really base on that. I don't know what I'm looking at. Am I supposed to look here or there? I'm not sure. Whatever it is, just listen to what I'm saying. The sixth tip that I would give in terms of knowledge and understanding is making sure that you're seeking help from other peers. This goes basically kind of against the previous tip that I just gave, but it doesn't, because obviously Even if you sometimes attend all the workshops, you have looked at the textbook, you've asked the teachers, you still might find it confused about a certain topic. In that case, I'll highly recommend for you to ask help from one of your peers or some people that do know how to answer the questions, or they might know really well a topic that you don't. So it's very important that you seek help from other peers or other students who are good at other subjects, other modules and other topics. That was my belly. But they're not good at certain, and if you're good at something, obviously you can teach them as well, and there is nothing wrong with that. So that was the 6th tip. When it comes to the 7th and the last tip in terms of understanding and knowledge, it's very important that you attempt all the multiple choice questions and all the ever quizzes they ever give you in the workshop, and also in Moodle. If you're in City University of London, you'll find a site which is called moodle.com, and they will give you all kinds of different quizzes and multiple choice questions as well for you to be able to practice as much as you can. And please do collect those, because those are really useful when it comes to the exam time and revision. So gather them all up, all the multiple choice, all the quizzes in one place, and try to practice it as much as you can, so then you will be able to feel like you have done enough revision when it comes to multiple choice, because multiple choice also is a very big part when it comes to business law and practice. So those will be all the tips related to knowledge and understanding business law and practice, and how to kind of revise. When it comes to the organization and exam tips, it's very important that you follow these 8 tips that I'll be sharing with you all right away. Sorry, I still have the cold. So number 1 tip that I would give in terms of organization and exam tip is making sure that you're organizing your folder topic by topic. Do not mix 2 topics in one go and thinking that, yeah, I'll be fine in the exam. No, you wouldn't, because if you organize the topics by folder, in the folder by topic, especially if it came as, you know, workshop 1 we did this topic, workshop 2 we did this topic, workshop 3 we did this topic. If you organize your folder like that, it's going to be so much easier for your time in the exam when you're going to be trying to find notes related to certain kind of topics. So it's very important that you are organizing your folder depending on the topic. The second tip that I'll give you in terms of organization and exam is labeling the folder with the topic name. So it goes back to the previous point, which is that organize your folder by topic, and then label that topic with a post-it note or with a label thingy, whatever it might be. But for me, I think it has worked by cutting out pieces of A4 paper and then labeling it and then sticking it with a Scotch tape. That has really helped me in keeping that label there. Even if it has gone through hell, it will still be there basically. So that's a really good topic, not topic but tip in terms of organization and exam tips. When it comes to the third tip in terms of the business law and practice in terms of exam, is making sure that you are not creating 2 different folders for multiple choice questions only and, you know, the topics only. The reason why I say this is because even though the exam for business law and practice is 3 hours, I believe, for essays and, you know, short answer questions and stuff, and the other one is 1 hour just for multiple choice, I do not recommend that, because you're gonna be carrying too many things at the end of the day, and that's just gonna mind boggle you even more. And sometimes you might think that a question might come up, so you might put that in the multiple choice folder and think that, yeah, this will come up for sure. But sometimes there are some questions that might come up that you have never done before, and for that you need the folder with all the topics and all the, you know, answers in essay format or short answer format, because that will help in answering some multiple choice questions. So it's very important that you're not creating 2 different folders for multiple choice only and essays or short answer questions only. When it comes to the 4th tip in terms of business law and practice, I would highly recommend for you to arrive early. Check the address or the location where your exam hall is happening well before the exam, and also check out if there are any good coffee shops or, you know, lunch spots that you can find, in case if you don't have breakfast at home, you can have it in the morning in a coffee shop. I think that's going to be really helpful for you when it comes to making sure that you're not hungry in the exam, because if you're hungry, that's the worst thing in the world, and you don't want to have that, you know, headache that oh my god, I didn't have my breakfast and I'm losing energy. So you don't want to have that. Number 5, and this goes also for people who do not have breakfast like me. So even if I have exam, I need to have breakfast because this is something that I cannot risk, honestly. So number 5 is making sure that this is a really, really important point and really, really important tip that I cannot stress you how much it has helped me in legal practice course. And that is making sure that you're skimming through the exam paper before you even start writing any answers. The reason why I say this is because you need to check out what marks questions come up as the paper goes by and it ends. So if the first question is 5 marks, the second one is 10 marks, the third one is 15 marks, but you might start the paper by starting with the first question because it's the first question and it's only 5 marks. And some people end up losing so much time because they have not skim through the paper fully and then realize that there is actually a 20 marker there and I didn't even start working on it, and then they don't have enough time to work on that. So it's very important that you start first with the question with the highest number of marks and then you descend it. So it's very, very important to do that in the business law and practice and for any kind of exam for that matter in your life. Number 6 tip is making sure that you're not using the textbook unless it's urgent. And when I mean urgent, it means when you're using a multiple choice question arrives and you don't know and you don't have notes for that, or you don't have any answers to that in the multiple choice format beforehand. Then in that situation, you can use textbook. But other than that, I don't think you're gonna need a textbook, honestly, for any kind of exam in the legal practice course, not just business law and practice. But that's obviously personal, but you can always obviously take it, and I did. So it's very important that you take it with you in case of emergency, but do not have to use it, honestly. The 7th tip that I would give, and one of the last ones, is making sure that you're not discussing your answers with anyone after the exam. And this is a very important tip because you want to make sure that you're not feeling stressed out in case if you feel like somebody else's answer does not match with yours. And who knows, you might be right and they might be wrong, but just because somebody's saying, or many group of people are saying that, oh yeah, that was the answer, it doesn't mean that you are wrong and they are right, and vice versa. So it's very important that you're not stressing about your answers afterwards or after the exam ends, because that doesn't really help you and doesn't help anyone either. So you might just well not discuss it with anyone. And the last tip that I would give is making sure that you are, if you cannot attend the exam, it's very, very important that you are submitting an extenuating circumstances or a EC form when you don't attend the exam. That's very important. That's something that not everybody uses, thinking that, you know what, I just want to go even if I have a fever and stuff, but that's not a good idea. So it's very important that you are submitting an EC form if you cannot attend the exam. That's very, very important. And those will be all of my tips related to business law and practice. That was a very long video, but I hopefully pray that you have enjoyed this video and you found this video really helpful when it comes to business law and practice, because I know that this is one of the hardest modules in the legal practice course, and that probably the one that I struggle with the most as well, because business law is not something that I'm really fond of and passionate, but I still managed to get close to a distinction. So that was really, really, that was happiness for me in a way. But if you like this video and if you would like to check out all the other videos related to legal practice course when it comes to drafting, solicitors accounts, property law, I've done all kinds of videos already. So if you want to check them out, I will link them in the description box and also somewhere here. And also at the end screen of this video, it will show up as one of the options, hopefully. And other than that, the next one that I'm going to be making is all about taxation or tax. And the following that is the civil litigation, which is, again, the one that I struggle with as well the most, one of the hardest ones. And after that is criminal litigation, and then it's PCR, and then I'm done when it comes to the semester 1 of the legal practice course. But then again, I have the option ones, but those option ones are of course based upon who chooses those modules. So yeah, those will be all of my tips related to business law practice. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any other tips related to business law and practice. And I'll see you guys in my next week's video.